Let me start with you, Mr. Alvarez. You were very kind, and I appreciate the way you responded to the the chairman's inquiry with reference to a letter to the chairperson of the Fed. My suspicion is that you don't maintain his calendar. Is that a fair statement?
That's definitely true.
My suspicion is that you don't write his letters or respond to his letters. Is this correct?
Sometimes I do.
Is it a fair statement that the best person to ask about a letter written to Mr. Bernanke might be Mr. Bernanke?
I'm happy to take the message back and look for get a response to the letter.
I understand. But nothing precludes the chairperson from talking to Mr. Bernanke or contacting Mr. Bernanke about his inquiry. Is that a fair statement?
That's true, but I would rather take the message back than to disturb both of them.
Well, I appreciate your doing so. Now, let's go back to the living wills. The living wills have a specific purpose. They're to give us some insight as to how one of these mega corporations can be wound down. Is this a fair statement, Mr. Alvarez?
Yes, that's right.
Anyone differ?
No, we agree.
And the living will also, as you've indicated, while it does not directly relate to the notion of an institution being a grave threat, but you can get some insight into how it would have to be wound down, and as a result you can understand the complexity of the institution, and it will help you to understand whether or not it can become a grave threat if it's not properly capitalized, or if it is not properly adhering to certain standards and regulations. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, sir.
So what we're trying to do is give the American public the same level of confidence in these mega institutions that we have given in banks by using the FDIC. And that's what Dodd-Frank hopes to accomplish, and I believe it is accomplishing this. Are we better off with Dodd-Frank than without it, Mr. Alvarez?
We certainly have gotten some very useful tools in Dodd-Frank that I think were tools we asked for and tools that we think will help us to make firms more resilient.
And do you agree, the other two witnesses, please, either of you can respond one at a time?
Yes, we believe that there are tools that are available as a result of the financial reform legislation that the government did not have, and that these tools both can be used to reduce the likelihood that one of these companies will fail and will lower the cost in the event that one of these companies fails.
I agree.
And let's just quickly look at some of the tools. You have enhanced capital requirements. Is that a fair statement? You can do this?
Yes.
Yes.
New liquidity requirements.
Yes.
Enhanced prudential regulations for large banks.
Yes.
A new resolution process for systemically important financial institutions, these SIFIs as they're called.
Yes.
Required resolution plans, the living will. Capital surcharges on systemic firms. Proprietary trading ban through the Volcker rule. Size limits and restrictions on mergers. So you have these new tools that you can impose and that you can use. And these will help you to prevent an institution from failing and, in the process, causing the entire economic order to have a downturn. Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
If properly used.
Yes, I think I would caution that doesn't mean no firm will fail. We can't make it absolutely certain that no one will ever fail.
No.
But that's why the OLA is an important tool as well, the Orderly Liquidation Authority.
Right. There's no guarantee that you won't have a failure, but what you can do is try to minimize the impact that it will have on the economy. Is that a fair statement?
That's right.
Yes.
All right. Well, I thank you for your attendance today, and I am absolutely convinced that Mr. Bernanke will have an opportunity to come before us and respond to questions that are of concern. Thank you very much.
I thank the ranking member. And